And welcome to another session from me, Beatrice Ajayi, creating another piece of sketch, another sketch piece, and I'm just kind of showing you some of the materials I'm going to use to create the next piece for today. This are some of the bits I want to use, which are some are kind of old vintage paper and tissue papers and kind of mixed media that I've done before, scraps and some other papers, and the other side of an envelope, corrugated card, different colors there. So I'll just take that off. And then also I've cut some little pieces here from some papers that I want to use. Kind of you sometimes put elements into your pieces that you like the shapes of. So this teardrop I really like the shape of, and I've been using it in quite a few of my pieces recently. So, and also this kind of like the tulips, which I've cut out of paper that I've colored myself. So I don't know if you could see that very well, but yeah, so different shapes of papers that I've cut already that I'm going to use. This one's really nice as well, that little teardrop from kind of papers that you can get to use for your different art pieces or crafts and things. So I really like the shapes. I'm going to use some of these as well. So I've got here my piece I did the other day, just to show you kind of where we're kind of heading with this. So I just prepare my page, just turn that over, and use my elastic band to hold this in place so it doesn't kind of overshadow this other page. And then I'm going to use like my ordinary glue stick to just start working on gluing these pieces together. So I'm gluing them onto the page. So I have different things. Also like using these as well, which are kind of cut off from the edge of pages as well. So I'll use some of that, and got another piece of, of paper that's been colored in the past. So I'm just going to start gluing some of these down, and I just used my glue stick and just start gluing that down. Actually I won't use these because the page, well, I might use one, but the page already is quite a tinted color, so it wouldn't necessarily make a difference, but I will use it just for something different underneath as well. And I'll use it in a different direction. So these glue sticks are really good because they are very, what's the word, what would I want to say, very easy to use, and it dries really quickly. So I'm going to try and work to a time frame here. I'm finding that loading my actual sessions onto YouTube, it's not letting me with the, I think it's the iMovie I'm using at the moment, it's not letting me actually upload anything longer than 15 minutes. I don't know why, but it's not letting me do that. So I'm going to try and get this quick sketch, if I call it that. It should technically be quite quick, within 15 minutes. So let's see how we go, where we get to with that. So this is some of the corrugated card, and I really like that. That's beautiful. And just overlaying and trying to not think about it too much. But just enjoying the process. It is a process. I've heard a lot of people say this before in the past about the process of the work. It really is true. Just don't think about it. If you collected a few scraps together and you're just putting them down, it's the best way to go, and just not put too much thought into it, because you will restrict yourself. So that's what these sketch sessions are for me. It's to just do and not to think too much about what I am doing, and then something nice comes out at the end of it. And you can always look back and assess all that you've been doing, once you have your whole when you have all the different parts together there, then you can look back and you actually start to see that there is a method to your brain calculating things out, and it's not just, you know, all made up. So this area is quite similar in the way it looks. What I can do is I can add a different element to that. Actually, or I could carry this blue over actually. And some of it, not all of it, just some. Trying to be gentle with this because it will tear if I do it too rough with the tissue paper. And then I love adding the greens. Maybe a green on this side. And just making it a quick session so that I don't have to think too much. And also, as I said, for recording it's quite limiting. So I put another one on this. That's been slightly covered. So you see, just end up layering quite a lot of different elements onto the piece. And then now I can bring in, say, some of my tulips that I'm thinking about, and actually I could have waited to do that a little bit, but I'll put that in there. And my other elements, the colors, just bring them in. Don't think too much about things. And some of these, when you look closer, you'll be able to see them, but I know it's not as... Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. In to see what it is that I'm doing. So a bit closer. Add this up here. So I'm just using the back of my actual glue stick to push these on. And it's really nice sometimes overlaying the blues onto blues. It just adds the extra texture to things. I've got this yellow bit here. I bring in not too visible, but I'll bring in a Sharpie yellow. A bit burgundy maybe on this side. One or tulip. I might wait and see where I am. I might just put it here. So this is just prepping the background for my character before I put him or her in. I think it's probably going to be a her. It's mostly hers that I do. Girls, I mean. Put this. So something over here just. And yeah, we'll do that. That will be fine. And then I usually just draw with a biro and create my little character. So it's really good to get inspired sometimes by some old sketches and things. So trying to look at some old sketches I have. And yeah, just use maybe something. So just draw her in, a little character in. And just not be too precious about it, just because some of this is still getting wet as well, so you can just be a bit free with it and just be gentle as well, because it does need to dry. And there we go. Zoom out a little bit so I can see what I'm doing with the little legs. I'm just giving that a chance to dry while I sketch at this bottom bit here, and I try and work on areas that might not be as wet. Just got some flowers here in it here. So right now, because it's still dry and I'm taking my time. I'll put her eyes in. And it's trying to be conscious of my time here. Just see, right, 11 minutes. Ooh. So just so you can see what the detail is that I'm doing here. Just want to see the time again for, right. So I'm gonna do this really quickly. So I'm gonna put dots in her eyes. Dot, dot, pull, pull. Right. Just done that a bit. You can kind of see her a little bit. Also, so try and make it stick out a bit. So. Checking the time, and right, and then just basically for my tulips put in some stems for them, but because it is wet, it's not drawing as well as it could do, but you can see there, you get the general idea of how that looks. So that was that's me just trying to find out my time. So that's, yeah, basically how I've been doing my sketches, and thank you for joining me for today, and I'll speak to you soon, and you'll see some of my work on gesso.com, and thank you for your time, and this is what she looks like. Bye!